Are you tired of having a golf swing? If that's the case, I'm going to be showing you today how just a roll of toilet paper can create more effortless lag in your golf swing, fixing it once and for all. But in all seriousness, casting in the golf swing is one of the most frequent problems that I see for golfers who come to the lesson tee with me that results in loss of distance, no compression, and a high ballooning ball flight that just gets absolutely eat up by the wind. I'm going to be showing you two methods in order to fix this, and we're going to be identifying the root cause that most golf instructors fail to identify. Most people think that in order to stop casting, all you need to do is have your hands leading through the impact zone. If that's the case for most golfers, this would result in a shank and a block out to the right due to this one factor not being fixed. Most golfers either have an extremely weak grip on the club face or they're towed down at the top of their backswing. From this position, they have to find a compensation method in order to hit the golf ball, and that is usually them releasing and throwing their arms early, jumping up, and having a lot of timing, usually resulting in fat and thin misses and hook shots due to them flipping last second to hit the golf ball. So the first thing is identifying that you need to have a strengthened club face. At least seeing about 3 knuckles on the lead hand grip, applying the trail hand on, having everything pointing more towards your right shoulder. If that's the case, you should be able to go to the top of the backswing, feeling the wrist being a little bit more flat or slightly bowed, and that should put the golf club in a strengthened position, allowing for a more effortless rotation and to be able to apply more shaft lean through the impact zone. What a lot of golfers do not understand is the more shaft lean you added at impact is actually going to result in opening up the club face. The same goes for you if you have negative shaft lean and your hands are back in impact, that'll actually close the face. So that is an element that is mostly overlooked by instructors and golfers in whole. So besides your club face strength being off, the second root cause of your casting motion has to do with your backswing structure and hinging your wrist correctly. Most golfers, when they cast, tend to have this backswing where they are super narrow and their arms are breaking down at the top. This creates no structure and only creates an environment for you to be able to throw your arms down in the down swing. Instead, I want you to focus on creating some more width in your backswing by allowing your trail arm to be a little bit straighter and making that L between the shaft and your lead arm in the backswing. Thinking about being a little bit wider correctly. From this wide position, we are then going to focus on driving more narrow into the downswing, allowing my trail arm to reconnect, and that is the slot that I can now deliver power, rotate through the shot, and that is going to create power in the correct form. So now that we talked about the two main reasons why you do not create lag, let's give you 2 simple drills that you can do that are going to fix this, so stick with me until the end. The first one has to do with gripping all the way up to the golf club like this to the face. You're going to get into posture and you're going to go to the top of the backswing, making sure the butt end of the club is pointing down towards the ground and not underhinging your wrist like this. Once we're loaded, if you make the casting motion, which is you prematurely throwing your wrist, it is going to stab your oblique in your side to the left. And that is the casting motion that we do not want. If you're allowing yourself to drive the handle a little bit more and reconnect that elbow, getting a little more wide to narrow, and then at impact, you can clearly see how I have space between my left hip and this grip, and then I can rotate my body through impact, and that is the proper way to use my body and hold on to wrist angles without hitting it fat and thin with no compression. That is drill number 1. So now for the drill that you've all been waiting for. About 3 months ago, I posted this on TikTok and this drill got over 7 million views. And it's a simple drill that you can use by putting a toilet roll with paper or without paper. You can save the toilet paper, just use the little holder on it and letting it go all the way down to the bottom of the club. You're then gonna go to the top of your backswing and you're going to allow that toilet paper to fall down to the grip like I'm demonstrating in front of you. If you release your lag too early, you're going to feel the swish happen behind the golf ball, and it's going to make contact with the face, probably about 1 foot to 1.5 feet behind impact. That is you releasing and dumping your angles too early. Instead, we want to feel the lag being released and that swooshing sound probably about 1 foot to 1.5 feet in front of the golf ball. In reality, it's going to be a little bit closer. So for demonstration purposes, I'm going to put the golf ball in front of me, and we're going to be focusing on, once I can make my backswing, having that toilet paper snap down at that golf ball. That is me cracking the whip in a correct fashion, releasing my wrist angles with correct lag, and allowing myself to use my body through impact. And these are 2 drills that you can do indoors. So now that you understand how to do these 2 drills, when you go to the driving range, how are you going to collectively put all this into play? I would start out in your hitting station of just doing simple half swing practice swings. Focusing on hitting the exact same spot on the ground and really feeling like the handle is leading through impact and that you're using your body to hit the exact same spot through impact. Feel like you're going more wider to a little bit more narrow, and then build up a little bit more speed and length in your swing until you go to 3/4, and then you go to a full swing. You now understand how to create proper lag in your swing, eliminating casting once and for all. If you like videos like this, I ask you to press like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.